Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
Hey, everyone.
Glad you could join us. We've got quite the tech buffet lined up for you today.
That's right. Today we're diving into a real mix, some pretty groundbreaking AI stuff, shifts in consumer tech, and, some really crucial privacy updates.
Yeah, we're going to cover Amazon's big AI ambitions, why your next phone might be made somewhere different, maybe some surprising privacy issues with chatbots.
And even the environmental side of AI, which is, well, it's complicated. Plus, the latest on gaming console prices. Spoiler, it's not great news for wallets.
Okay, let's unpack this first one then. Amazon's huge investment in AI agents. Seems like everyone's in this massive AI race, right?
Oh, absolutely. The stakes are incredibly high. Amazon's pouring just enormous resources into this.
So what exactly are these AI agents they're building? What's the goal here?
Well, David Luan, who is heading up their AGI labs, puts it pretty aspirationally. He sees it as a model that could help a human do anything they want to do on a computer.
Anything.
Wow. Yeah, think like a universal teammate for knowledge workers. Someone or something that can actually do complex tasks alongside you.
Okay, that sounds way beyond the chatbots we have now. Because let's be honest, sometimes they feel like, well, just a chatbot with a few extra commands stacked on it.
Exactly. Or worse, they're unreliable. Screwing up maybe 1 out of every 3 times, you can't really rely on that for important work.
No kidding. That 1 in 3 failure rate, that's a huge blocker. So what's Amazon doing differently to try and crack that reliability nut?
So their big bet is on this method they call large-scale self-play. They're training these agents in sterilized simulated environments like gyms.
Gyms. For AI.
Kinda, yeah. But instead of just feeding them data to imitate, they're using Amazon's own massive internal data streams. Think logistics, supply chain, retail operations, AWS.
So real-world stuff.
Exactly. The agents learn by doing tasks within these simulations and seeing the real-world consequences. It's like training a tennis player by having them actually play matches, not just watch videos. They learn from wins and losses.
That makes a lot more sense for building reliability, is it? Is it working? Are there early signs this approach is paying off?
The early results seem pretty promising, actually. They have this research preview called NOVA-AC.
NOVA-AC.
And it's apparently achieving 95% or even higher reliability in tests, which is, well, it's a huge jump from the typical 60% you see elsewhere.
Wow, 95%. That's a game changer if it holds up. What kind of tasks are we talking about?
They're focusing on what they call norm core agents. So practical, maybe slightly boring, but essential tasks. Things like automating doctor and nurse registrations, handling travel bookings via Novan, Tribiction.
Right, yeah.
And even managing really complex internal workflows like these 93-step QA processes. They actually shipped their first production web agent, as they call it, with Alexa Plus finding a plumber through Thumbtack.
Okay, so starting practical, building trust, that makes sense. And this kind of progress, it must just intensify the competition for AI talent, right? You hear about these hyperscalers spending billions, just mind-boggling amounts, on compute power.
Oh, absolutely. The talent market is ferocious. It's leading to these interesting situations like reverse acqui-hires.
Reverse acqui-hires.
Yeah, where a core team from a hot startup, say Adept, for example, gets pulled into a larger company like Amazon. It's not just about the tech, it's about getting the brains behind it.
Shows how valuable that talent is right now.
Definitely. It's all part of this massive push towards potentially AGI, artificial general intelligence, and the economic value everyone thinks it represents. It's reshaping the whole industry.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit from AI's potential to something hitting our pockets right now. Consumer tech prices. Starting with gaming consoles, what's happening there?
Yeah, not great news if you've been holding out. We've seen price hikes recently. Sony bumped up the PS5 prices in the US.
Oh, really? By how much?
$50. Across all 3 models. So the digital is now $499, standard PS5 is $549, and the Pro hits $749. That started August 21st.
Ouch. And it's not just Sony, right?
Now it follows Xbox, which already saw a $100 increase on their consoles. And Nintendo Switch Originals went up $30. There's even talk the Switch 2 might cost more next year.
So why now? Is it just inflation, or is there something specific driving this? Companies always say challenging economic environment, but...
Right, that's the standard phrase. But often it's code for things like tariffs. Specifically, those fluctuating tariffs President Trump put in place, like the 20% one on goods from Vietnam, seem to be a major factor here.
Okay, so geopolitical stuff directly hitting manufacturing costs, and then us.
Pretty much. It's forcing companies to adjust their supply chains and, well, prices go up.
Speaking of supply chains, Apple's making a really interesting move with the iPhone 17, moving production.
A huge move, yeah. They're making all 4 iPhone 17 models in India ahead of the September launch. That's a first.
All 4 before launch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And production in India is just soaring. Exports jumped, get this, 63% in Q2 2025. That's about $7.5 billion worth.
63%.
Yeah.
That's massive. Is this Apple ditching China then?
Not entirely ditching, no. It's more strategic than that. Industry folks are calling it a watershed moment, a major de-risking strategy.
De-risking.
Yeah, building parallel supply chains so they're less vulnerable to tariffs or geopolitical issues or any single point of failure. China's likely still going to be central for the really cutting-edge innovation and maybe initial runs, but India is becoming a massive second hub.
Diversification. Makes sense in the current climate.
Exactly.
Okay, staying with phones, but shifting to design.
Oh.
Foldables. I keep seeing these new ones like the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, basically copying the Samsung Galaxy Fold look, that sort of tall, skinny slab when folded.
Yeah, the slab-style fold seems to be the trend.
But the problem is when you open it up into that wide tablet, a lot of Android apps just don't look right.
Right.
You get those big black bars.
Oh yeah, the black bars, it's a constant complaint. The wider aspect ratio just isn't well supported by many apps, which kind of defeats the purpose of the big screen sometimes.
So what's the alternative? Is there a better form factor?
Well, I always thought the original Microsoft Surface Duo, even though it wasn't a true foldable, had the right idea with its form factor.
The Duo, with the 2 separate screens.
Yeah, that squat and wide design. 2 screens side by side with the hinge created almost a 4.3 aspect ratio when open. If they made a true foldable version of that, minimal bezels, man, that would be a beastly device for watching videos or running apps side by side. No black bars.
Interesting. So the wider, more squarish foldable. And what about Apple? Any rumors they might jump in? Their iPad apps are generally well optimized.
That's the big question. If Apple does make a foldable iPhone, maybe that rumored clamshell around 2027, and especially if they go wide. Given their strength with iPad apps that already work well on similar aspect ratios, the rest of the market would probably just fold. They'd likely follow Apple's lead, and we might finally get proper app support for wider foldable screens across the board.
Apple sets the trend, as usual. Okay, let's pivot again. From hardware design to the wild west of digital privacy. This sounds concerning. Grok chatbot conversations searchable on Google.
Yeah, this is pretty alarming. Hundreds of thousands of conversations from Elon Musk's XAI chatbot Grok are apparently indexed by Google.
How does that even happen? Did they get hacked?
No, it's simpler and maybe more worrying.
Yeah.
It happens when users hit the share button within Grok. That creates a unique public web link.
Oh, no.
And Google's web crawlers just do their job, find these public links, and index them. So searchable conversations. We saw similar issues with ChatGPT before, too.
So people are accidentally making their private chats public.
Essentially, yes. It just highlights a massive need for these AI platforms to be way clearer, like big flashing warnings when you create a public link. They need to use no-index tags so search engines ignore these pages, and honestly, just educate users better about the risks. Click share, it might become public knowledge.
Yikes. Another reminder to be really careful online. And speaking of security risks, there's a new phishing scam targeting Microsoft logins.
It's pretty sneaky. Hackers are using links that look totally legit, like they're from outlook.office.com.
Okay, so it looks official.
Right. But when you click, it redirects you to a fake login page designed to steal your password. And get this, they often promote these fake links using sponsored results in Google search.
Sponsored results. So if I accidentally type like Office 265 instead of Office 365?
You could easily click on a malicious ad link at the top of the result, thinking it's the real Microsoft site. It's a constant battle.
Definitely need to keep our guard up. Okay. Shifting topics slightly within AI, but still crucial. The environmental impact. This is something we don't talk about enough. Google had a claim about water usage.
Yeah, Google claimed that a typical AI prompt for their Gemini model uses only about 5 drops of water, like 0.26 milliliters. They said it was orders of magnitude less than previous estimates.
5 drops. That sounds incredibly efficient. Almost nothing.
It sounds good. But environmental experts are pushing back, calling it misleading.
How so?
They argue Google's comparison leaves out a lot. It doesn't include the total water use directly and indirectly across the whole process. And it ignores location-based carbon emissions. You know, how clean the energy grid is where the data center is located makes a huge difference.
So cherry-picking the data a bit.
That's the accusation. Experts say Google isn't telling the complete story and that the overall numbers, when you look at everything, are actually really bad. It really points to a need for much more transparency about AI's real environmental footprint.
Yeah, we need the full picture, not just the convenience stats. That's a really important point. And seeing on the ethical side of AI, there's a warning from Microsoft AI's CEO, Mustafa Suleyman.
Right. He's arguing that it's actually dangerous to treat AI like it's human or conscious.
Dangerous how?
He thinks that anthropomorphizing AI, giving it human-like qualities in our minds could lead to some really serious societal problems down the line. Potentially disastrous divisions, he said.
So, like, people arguing over AI rights or getting too attached?
Potentially, yeah. His point is we need to be clear. We're building tools for people, not digital persons. We need to manage our perceptions and understand the implications as these systems get smarter. Keep AI in the tool category, not the being category.
That's a really deep thought. A crucial distinction to maintain as AI evolves. Okay, wow, that was a lot on AI and global tech shifts. Let's bring it back down to earth, maybe something practical for the home office, a bit of light relief.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for a practical gadget, especially if you're on a budget, I've got a printer recommendation that's kind of a standout.
A printer. Printers aren't usually exciting, but I'm intrigued. What makes this one special?
It's the Canon Megatank Pixma G3D290. It sells for around $249, which is pretty reasonable. But the real story is the ink costs.
The classic printer pain point. Go on.
Get this. It costs about 0.4 cents per text page. 0.4 of a cent. And only 0.9 cents less than a penny for a color page.
Wait, seriously, that's incredibly cheap. How?
It uses those big ink tanks, Megatank, right? You buy bottles of ink and just pour them in. And the ink that comes with the printer is estimated to last for 6,000 text pages or 7,700 color pages.
6,000 pages. That's insane. You'd barely ever have to buy ink.
Exactly. It basically eliminates the expensive cartridge problem for most home users. It's a huge saving.
Okay, so it's super cheap to run, but does it, print well? Is the quality decent?
Yeah, surprisingly good for the price. You get nice sharp text, good graphics, even decent glossy photos. It's not professional photo quality, but great for documents and everyday stuff. Plus, it has a duplexer for automatic two-sided printing.
Duplexing too. Nice. Is it fast?
It's reasonably fast for two-sided text, about 7.2 pages per minute, which is pretty solid for a budget model.
All right, sounds like a bargain. What's the catch? There's always a catch with budget tech.
Well, the design is definitely frugal, as they say. You only get one paper tray. There's no automatic document feeder for scanning multiple pages.
Okay. So no ADF. That's a common budget cut.
Right. And the included scanning software for Windows is pretty basic, but honestly, for most students or home users who just need reliable, high-quality printing with super low running costs, those are probably acceptable trade-offs.
Yeah. For those ink savings, I can see a lot of people overlooking the lack of an ADF. Great find. Wow, what a tour. From AI potentially becoming our teammate, to global economics changing phone manufacturing, critical privacy alerts, and even finding a printer that won't bankrupt you on ink.
It really shows how interconnected everything is in tech, doesn't it?
It really does. And it makes you think about how all these advancements and shifts affect us every day. The choices we make, what we buy, what we click on.
Absolutely. And the pace just keeps accelerating. Staying informed, understanding the nuances like that AI water usage thing or the privacy risks, it's just so important for making smart choices in this digital world.
Definitely. So maybe something for you all to chew on. As AI gets woven deeper into our lives and global forces reshape the tech we use, how much should we, as users, push for transparency and ethical choices from the companies driving these changes? Just a thought.
A very important thought.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.